Welcome, lovely. Welcome to the Human Flower Podcast, where we explore cyclical living, womb wisdom, feminine energy and emotions, dream medicine, and so much more. So today's topic is menstruation, and in particular, the energetics of menstruation. So this is days 1 to roughly days 6 of the menstrual cycle. And I'm really excited because I'm going to be reading to you today from the book that I'm currently working on the energetics of the menstrual cycle. And just as a preface, I use the plant life cycle to mirror the menstrual cycle and the different energies of the 4 main phases. And so seed is menstruation, the seeding phase, the sprouting phase, like the follicular phase, the blossoming of the flower, like our fertile ovulation phase, and the gradual descent of the luteal phase, like that ripening fruit at the end of the cycle, bringing us back to seed. So menstruation itself is a season that I lovingly call the seeding phase, as it's mirrored in the plant life cycle. Menstruation to me holds very similar energy to the seed. And in Red School, they name this phase of the cycle the inner winter. So before we dive into the reading, I just invite you to, if possible, close your eyes or just turn your awareness inward. And with your attention, just start to become aware of your body. Allowing your awareness to flow downward from your head to your heart and down into your pelvic bowl. And if it feels comfortable and welcoming for you, just allowing your awareness, your attention to settle deeply in this feminine container of the pelvis. And so I hope that you are comfortable and cozy, maybe sipping on some herbal tea or smelling some wonderful scents as you listen in. So as I read to you, feel free to just allow these words to carry you to a place within yourself, to just drift through you and nourish you and soak in to your mind, your body, your heart, just as you wish. So without further ado, I'm going to dive right into the reading of the introduction to the seeding phase, menstruation, days 1 to roughly days 6. Before I get into the juice of it, I want to offer you 3 words that really encapsulate the energies of this phase that you can take in and soak in. And those are renew, resource, and receive. The embodied experience of menstruation is symbolized by the plant seed, the integrated energy essence, and distilled potential of the whole being held contained within a protective shell or force field, making this a deeply interior experience. Seed phase begins with the shedding of the old cycle from our system, and the dawning of a new cycle follows. A sense of renewal following the great surrender and letting go. Seed is the place where we receive renewed energy and insight for our journey forward, straight from our personal wellspring of connection to source energy. All layers of being are regenerated and integrated in wholeness, especially as we rest. It is the most distilled experience of power and healing in the whole cycle. The seed phase restores and repairs us at the physical, energetic, mental, emotional, and even spiritual layer, a built-in refresher and replenishment for our entire system. The best part is, this incredible process requires no effort on our part, but to allow and offer our awareness. We arrive at this junction as ripe fruits, plump and juicy with the experiences of the cycle that is closing, clarity of hindsight, a rich intimacy with life, and the seed of rebirth in our hearts and wombs. Just as fruit flesh decays to reveal the seeds of rebirth within, so too do we shed and release the old to reveal the new and welcome rebirth. Seed phase is the great womb-like state of the cycle. The opening of the cervical portal or cervix for the release of menstrual blood opens also a force field of energy that encapsulates our whole being and draws us deeply inward. This force field of energy is a gateway into primordial knowledge and innocence, a place to receive, restore, and remember our essence. Like the plant seed that holds the blueprint of the sprout, the flower, and the fruit, the seed is the whole of the plant in potentiality, in raw intelligence, and in its unconditioned essence. Our essence is our sacred core, free of conditioning and social programming. It is who we intuitively are, untouched by life experiences. Your essence does not change form, shape, or expression, although it can have form, shape, and expression. Your essence will not and cannot die, although its expressions can and will. It is the living spirit, so to speak, behind and within the forms that you take. Your essence is energy beyond form. Like space or dark matter, your essence both permeates and holds the canvas or backdrop for it to reflect itself in myriad colors and shapes. To be in our essence is to be in our authentic energy, and is a most enriching experience of purification and inner union. In a word, our essence is love. When we come home and are able to glimpse our essence in seed, we are instantly reconnected and recentered, and return to an easy openness and clarity that is our natural birthright. Herein lies the raw potential to receive insight, intuition, inner counsel, an inner feeling of love and belonging with stunning clarity. You become soaked in this feeling, embodied in it, vibrating at the frequency of it, your inner truth. The seed is the potential to become our greatest manifestation in love or unification in organic, non-linear timing. Seed phase is an experience outside of the usual timeline and our material lives, like our roles, careers, etc., making it a mini initiation and an inner sovereign spiritual ceremony. It is a piercing of the veil that usually covers our perception of reality and a remembrance of our inherent worthiness. During our menstruating years, seed is our energetic home base as all energy centers come fully online. It is our inner North Star by which we can locate ourselves within the cycle. It is the vibrational source fueling all other phases and expressions. And it is also a place to be in and of itself, worthy of attention, gentle tending, and protection. Without this conscious awareness of our energetic home base, many women wander through the cycle and therefore through a majority of their lives, aimless and lacking a real embodied sense of belonging in the world and in their own bodies. So why do so many women struggle to receive this dose of love each month? To fully open themselves to the natural inner cleansing and restoration the cycle offers us. Generations of suppression and oppression of womb cycles and natural bodily rhythms, and in particular, menstrual suppression through the use of birth control and contraceptives, has kept us distracted from our inner power and wisdom at the very least, and totally disconnected from it at worst. Shame, embarrassment, and numbness continue to veil our perception of this inner connection to power and belonging. And while it takes radical open-mindedness and courage to begin peeling these layers back, the regenerative power of menstruation itself holds just the medicine that we seek and need. The first stage of the seed phase is the dissolution, the dropping away and clearing out of stagnant, outdated, and long-held buried energies from the womb space with the flow of menstrual blood. This includes those energies and patterns we have inherited through our lineage. The second phase, the essence, is the return to our original innocence, the clarity following the purification. And the final phase, the planting, is the return of our newly reborn selves to the earthly plane, or our material lives, renewed and resourced. Our womb cycle, and in particular menstruation, holds the potential to completely rewrite the story of disconnect, to bring us back home no matter how far we may have wandered from ourselves. We are the keepers of our own medicine and the cultivators of our own energy. And we are not alone in this. Women are also the keepers of the earth, and the earth provides us her vast, fertile, and benevolent, energetic womb field with which we are able to hold and resource ourselves, to gain our strength again as we relearn our innate potential as healers, cultivators, and creators, as we relearn to trust in our embodied wisdom. This support of the earth's field can be deeply felt as we surrender and open to release in seed and embody our essence. Surrender and embodiment are two of the core powers that give us the opportunity to tap into the healing energies of this phase. And perhaps most difficult, trust in our natural wisdom that calls us to step outside of the mundane and to step inside to meet our inner radiance. Through surrender to our own cyclical process, we open ourselves to our inner power. We meet the unmoving presence at the center of the swirling expressions and mutations of our being. This is a profound homecoming, a harmony of cycles from the micro to the macro. Through the seed phase, we both die to ourselves and are renewed and resourced for the new cycle ahead. So that concludes the reading of the introduction to the seeding phase. I hope it has landed in your being well. I hope those words have nourished you and carried you to a place really sweet within yourself. So before we sign off, I'm just going to invite you to again, if possible, close your eyes or just take your awareness inward. Feel your body, your breath, the energy that moves through you and around you. Settling into a quiet and receptive space with yourself. And with your inner feeling, I invite you to recall where menstruation, that inner North Star, falls in your current cycle. Maybe you're there. Maybe you're on your way, getting closer each day to your bleed time. Or maybe you're just leaving on your way towards your fertile phases. Maybe none of these is true for you. And so what is true for you? Anchoring your awareness into where menstruation lies in your current cycle. Are you moving toward it, away from it, or something different? And just notice the qualities, the textures, the energies that are present within you in this place that you find yourself. I invite you to imagine the cycle as a circle of continuous energy, like a closed circuit. And notice how all of the phases of the cycle are connected to and fueled by the seeding phase. Notice how all the different expressions and energies that you experience are connected to and fueled by your own unique essence. And how is that to remember? To remember. And when you're ready, just take a few deeper breaths. And so I'll leave you with a question to sit with, to journal on, or to take with you into our upcoming Human Flower Community Circle through our Patreon page. And I'll give you some information about that in just a moment. And so the question to sit with or journal with or take with you is, what is your relationship with your bleed time like? If you could describe this relationship with words or images or feelings or thoughts, what would come up? And we'll just approach that question with a lot of curiosity, a lot of openness and gentleness towards ourselves, knowing that this phase of the cycle is packed with power and wisdom, but it also could potentially have some layers around it that we have been programmed into or that we have inherited through our lineage and through our life experiences. So just know that whatever comes up is super welcome. You don't have to have this blissful relationship with your bleed, but nor do you have to hate it, right? And so openness and self-kindness and compassion are key when being with this question. And we'll explore this topic and this phase a little deeper in our upcoming Human Flower Community Circle. So this is a live circle that I host on the last Sunday of each month. So if you're interested in joining this community circle where we gather and we share experiences, or we just listen and nourish through community and some really sweet and gentle practices. So if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, head to www.patreon.com/innerswim. patreon.com/INNERSWIM. And you can join our community circle where you will be grounded into this monthly live meeting with myself and a community of like-minded human flowers. So I hope to see you there, and I send my love and blessings for your journey forward. May we all be very deeply nourished and feel the love from our own inner source. So thank you so much for listening to this reading on the seeding phase, menstruation. I'd love to hear any comments or feedback that you might have. And if you have any questions, feel free to bring them to our community circle, and it'll provide some nice, rich fodder for our sharing and our connection. Again, I thank you so much. Jema, power to that creative force within you, me, and all beings. And I'll see you next time.